Matt Hayden was the first to accomplish what at a national?
Quadrupled.
You're good.
I didn't even know. I drew a blank. I'm like, I don't know.
What was he waiting for at the time?
Bandito.
Damn, you got the 2 points there, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin went at it with John Salami last night, and John.
That was bloody. It was a bloody mess, dude.
I was watching the trailer. I guess you can call it a preview of what we're doing yesterday, and I was like, damn, Kevin had this strategy, man. He's like, I'm going to get all the pop culture ones, and then I'm going to go after him in BMX. In the meantime, John was smacking every question. He got them almost all right. And then by the time they were going head-to-head with what was left with BMX, they were tied at the end, dude. I had to keep going with questions until one of them missed.
On camera, dude. No stretch, Danny. No stretching off camera, dude.
Okay, stretch, man.
Hold on, here we go.
There you go. Stretch it out.
You got to stretch, bro.
You got to do this. Get ready. All right, guys. Welcome back to the BMXPERTS Podcast. It's Monday night. We're doing back-to-backs tonight.
Dude,
Kevin and I had John Salami on last night, former A Pro, and now tonight we've got Shane Wimberly back, former AA Pro, and back from the 80s. And Shane is a previous guest. He played a little trivia with us. We're not going to do trivia tonight. We're going to do a little random comparisons. But before we do that, Shane went to the Holeshot Challenge. So we're going to cover that. And also we want to talk a little bit about his experience racing at the 87 Grands. So welcome back, Shane.
Thanks, guys.
Are you familiar with that, Kevin? Because he mentioned Red Bull Rampage.
Is that guys jumping off cliffs on mountain bikes, dude?
What it is they're there. The riders are there.
You've seen the videos on Instagram where the guys doing like 80, 90-foot drops off the side of a mountain onto a dirt ramp. That's Red Bull Rampage.
Well, and the cool aspect of it, the riders show up 2 weeks or so before the event, and they create their own lines. Nobody does the same lines. They create their own lines.
Okay.
And it's like looking almost straight down side of a mountain.
Yeah.
And
I'm not really
sacrifice.
I don't want to sound like an old dude, but not a huge fan of that. You know what I mean? Because these guys can really get hurt, and hell, they can get killed. And yeah, and I saw one. I think it's on HBO. They did a whole thing about people that became paralyzed from random accidents, and one of those guys was an extreme mountain bike rider. One of them was Sam Willoughby. He was in there, and there was some cliff divers in there, and there was some other things in there. And you kind of have to weigh it out. Is the risk worth the reward? I mean, maybe you're a huge thrill seeker. I don't know. Oh, Kevin, you're a little more dangerous than I am. How do you feel about it?
Dude, you are an old fuddy-duddy, man.
I am.
You sound, dude, you're...
Yeah, you got
it. Where's your balls, man? Come on, dude. No. All seriousness, man.
Yeah.
All seriousness. Like, dude, these guys aren't our age, man. These guys are in their early 20s and they're 18, 19. They don't give a shit about that, dude.
Yeah, but if I woke up and I was 20 years old again, I'd be so grateful. I wouldn't want to wreck this opportunity to be young, you know. You guys want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So yesterday, I did my own video for my channel, and I ran across a race that I had reviewed previously. It was from 1987 ABA Grands. Is that right, Shane? 1987? Yeah, 1987. So let me just Shane was in this race, but let me set the whole premise of the race, Kevin, so you know what was going on.
Paint the picture, my man. Paint the picture.
Paint the picture, man. So Kenny May, factory free agent, is 16 years old at the time, and he's up for the national #1 amateur title. So Kenny had to win his race, in order to grab the title, and he was in second place, made the move, got into first place, wins his main. So at this moment, Kenny May is now the national #1 amateur, and that lasted for about 60 seconds because the 17 and over expert class was next, and so there was 3 guys that were in contention of that title. It was Mike King, Cecil Johns, Eric Carter. And so if you're Kenny May, man, you're watching the main, you're thinking the chances of one of those 3 dudes winning this main is super high. Something really has to go wrong for them not to do it. But yeah. Shane was in that race, dude. So when I was reading the names, I go, all right, so here's the lineup. I go, oh, Shane Wimberly. I got pumped up because I forgot Shane raced that race, man.
Shane could have been the spoiler, dude.
Yeah, dude, you were in the middle of one of the most epic amateur races ever. Like, I commented on my video, I go, dude, this is one of my favorite races to watch because Mike King ends up winning it. Eric Carter, it looked like he bumped the gate when he came out. He came out a little bit slower than I would have expected, but it was like, who was in front? It was
Danny
it
Miller.
wasn't. Who was it again?
Danny Miller.
Danny Milwee got the whole shot. Yeah, so Danny's not in contention of the title, but he's in front. If Danny wins this, it's all Kenny, right? He would have got it, I'm assuming. Yeah, so, man, you should have seen Mike, dude. I'd never seen anybody ride over the top like that. He did not stop pedaling. Over every single jump in the air, he was just pedaling. He finally passed him at I think in the last corner, second to last corner. Takes the win.
Set him up on the second to last straight going into the last turn.
Yeah.
The thing about, like Mikey, Eric Carter, they were so smart. They rode so intelligent. Having those guys behind you, it's like, oh, crap. You're just kind of waiting and try to figure out how am I going to stop it.
Yeah.
I got a couple of questions for you, man. I don't think we've asked you these questions yet, so if we have, bear with. I apologize.
All right.
What kind of you seem like an intellectual guy that would before the races you go into your. I would guess that you go into your cocoon. You're running the track jump by jump. You're line by line. Were you that type of focus guy, or were you kind of guy that didn't think about it? Like, I didn't think about it. I'm like, whatever happens, and maybe that's my detriment. But what kind of pre-race, especially a big race when you're racing these guys, what kind of stuff did you do before the race to get prepared or to get ready?
For me, it was kind of a two-edged sword to where I don't know that I have the confidence in myself that I should have, but I also knew that if I executed my start, that I had a chance to beat anybody. And the one thing, like for that race, once you get into the qualifiers, and the more you do, the start is everything. And it's kind of like you're not guessing, but when you're initially going to go, you go. And so I would focus on, and also at that point, it wasn't random. It was right already once again.
Start, man.
Yeah.
I like to be the guy that invented that. Slug him in the mouth. Go ahead.
I hurt my back on that badly. I'll tell you that story after he's done.
So no, it was more about me because like during the week, if it was a big race, I knew there was a group of riders that anybody could win. And so I needed to make sure that I came in prepared and my gates were on. I wasn't as good of a passer as like Eric or Mikey. So I depended a lot on my start. And like that Pro Spectacular race the following year, that semi that I won, probably the best start I ever had. And it was like, if I got a good gate, I usually did pretty well. I could usually, so that I didn't try to overanalyze it because I could psych myself out.
You're psyching me out right now, dude.
You know, you got to think of it this way, Kevin, because like for us, we check the moto sheets, and it's just a bunch of guys you don't know, you know, most of the time, and then or you realize who's fast and who's not. But if you're Shane and you check the moto sheets, you go, holy shit, I got to race Mike King, Cecil Johns, Eric Carter, Steve Veltman. I mean, holy crap! It's almost like, how do you not beat yourself before you even get on the gate? How do you not?
That would motivate me in a weird way, because I would think I have nothing to lose, right? If I'm racing 7 fast dudes, it's like if I beat 2 of them or 1 of them, I'm up, right? So that would motivate me to ride fast. It's when I'm the fastest guy in the moto, where you're worried about guys passing you, where I would play defense and hit the brake and put my foot out in the turns, stuff like that. I mean, that's personally from my perspective.
You know, I actually experienced that, Kevin, because there was like I was a sophomore in high school, I believe, and a lot of kids in high school knew I was a racer, and there was a bunch of kids that just started racing. There was about 3 or 4 of them. They were all my age, and we were in English class, and they're like, "Hey, Danny, are you going to race the double point this weekend?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course," you know, and we all ended up racing each other. They put all the 15 or 16-year-olds together. And they saw me on the gate, and I was looking at them smiling, thinking, because this is the first, they have never raced at a double or a triple. And I'm like, I'm going to smoke these dudes. And I did. I smoked them in the first round, right? And I rolled back to the car already qualified, and I'm like, it's going to be an easy day at the office. I remember joking around, right? And then they realized, oh, he's faster, but he's not that fast. I ended up finishing 3rd that day, dude. And one of the kids, I'll never forget, his name was James, and he's a taller guy than I was. And we were in class. He goes, I was intimidated because I knew you were a racer, but once I realized he's not that good, I knew I could beat you. And I was like, I couldn't even argue with him because he beat me that day, you know?
I know it sounds lame, like I think I'm fast, but I almost liked Ray coming from 2nd to pass for 1st, almost, because it was a lot less stress until once you get in the lead, that's when I started worrying. I've said it before on the podcast.
How hard dude, that's perfect, Kevin, because I can't tell you how many times I was in 1st place and just freaked out and slipped a pedal or something stupid.
Yeah, it's coming. This turn.
Yeah. How do you
Oh shit.
Shane, how do you overcome those feelings, dude? Because you raced at a much higher level than we did, obviously. So how did you overcome that uncomfortable feeling of being in 1st? You know, I would go with racing just because I'm a racer too. But there has a lot to be said about freestyle and especially around 87.
You can't be a pure racer, right? I think that if you could do a little freestyle, tire tap 360s, curb endos, 180 with a fakie, rock walks, light stuff, nothing crazy. I think it increases and it makes your bike handling better, rather than the guys that just strictly race. I don't know if you agree with that, Shane.
I agree with it, but I also say going out to do trails, going out to play a ride, get away from the track, and go have fun. That's why everybody starts doing it, to have fun. And
right.
You can, during training and nationals, you can lose the fun aspect of it. So yeah, go trail ride, go screw off.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple episodes back too. It was with I asked Kevin, I go, did you have more fun racing or did you have more fun jumping? And it was like, we both kind of went, I don't know. Yeah, because going out and hanging out with your friends and jumping was, man, that's a lot of fun, especially if you had a good group of people riding with you, you know?
And Shane, dude, I don't know if you agree, but that's when the stones are shown. When you're up on top of going down for a jump, there's no hiding, man. There's no faking it, dude. Either you're going over or you're not. Period.
That is so funny, man.
Those were where you'd go, hey, we're gonna meet up at wherever, a jumping spot. Those were always, racing for me turned into just, I want to win and a lot of pressure put on myself. But just going out, a group of friends.
Dude, the local bragging rights. Who did the biggest jump? Who jumped the farthest? That was it, dude. That was it. I did it. I'm top 3, you know, in my city. That was everything, dude. Age had nothing to do with it. Nothing. You could get out jumped by a kid that was 4 or 5 years younger than you. It was all about local bragging rights for us.
Awesome, man.
They ever got on the gate and said, you know what? I can't let this local guy, unsponsored, a bike shop guy, beat me. I wonder if they ever get on the gate and say, I can't lose to a bike shop guy. Or are they just that much better mentally that they don't think about it?
Good
I don't
question.
know, dude.
That's a good thought, dude.
There's a picture, MBL Grands, and this was before he got picked up. Jamison Hindler, Levi's, I believe he's got like a white T-shirt, plain, is in front, and I want to say against Hayden, but I'm not. Whoever he's beating is one of the top. So they were out there, totally unknown guys.
See, those are the guys you need to be worried about. The guy to show up in jeans and T-shirts.
Well,
those are the guys you need to worry about.
I didn't like racing guys with jeans and flannels for some reason.
Or that
And a mental block.
They're so fast.
Yeah.
They're so fast, and this is such an inconvenience to them to have to be on the track that they don't even bother putting on their gear.
They want to go listen to Cabana. Come on.
Yeah, there you go.
They're so fast. It's like, oh, I got to do this shit again tonight. Okay, fine. I'll just put my jeans on.
All right, man. Let's see.
Okay, can I tell the flashlight story?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
So my brother had a 72 Fiat 500 coupe. He bought it for $200 from some rock star, and this thing was the biggest piece of shit you've ever seen. Like the alternator didn't work, so we had to bring like 4 extra batteries in the trunk. So when that battery would die, we would just hop out, put a new battery in, and keep going. Right?
Wow.
The headlights didn't work in the car, and one weekend we were tooling around on a Friday night, and chasing girls and stuff like that around, going to parties on a Friday night, and we get pulled over because the headlights don't work. Right?
Yeah.
The cop pulls over and goes, "What the hell are you guys doing? You guys need headlights." But the running lights work, so we had the running lights on. We go, "No, they're right there." You guys like, "That's your running lights. That doesn't count. I want you to take this car back home, and I don't want to see it back out on the road tonight unless you have headlights." We're all, okay, fine. So we go back home, and we're sitting around my garage, and my brother do you remember those flashlights that were big squares?
Yeah.
That you put the big square batteries in there, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
So we got 2 of those flashlights, and we taped them onto the front of the car, right? On the top of the hood, right? And we took off, and we're tooling around. You know, we weren't breaking any laws, but we certainly weren't doing the right thing. And the same cop pulls us over.
Oh.
Again, and he comes out and he's laughing his ass off, dude. He's like, "Dude, good try, but it ain't gonna work, man."
All right. Race day or date night? What would you prefer?
Oh, dude, man. I didn't have any dates.
Yeah, let's say
I would have preferred to have a date night, but I didn't have many of them.
How about race day with date night after?
Okay, all right.
Well, that's kind of a perfect scenario, I guess you could say, right?
You know what? You know what? I never had this pleasure. I never had the pleasure of going to the track and having my girlfriend waiting for me in between motos, dude, and giving me a little lovey-dovey kiss and a grab here and there. I never had that, dude. All I had was my brother, and I wasn't gonna do that with him. That was it, dude.
I've only had 2 girlfriends in high school that would come watch me race. That was the only 2 of them.
Did she give you like a big smooch in between motos, or did she leave you alone?
No, I tried to look cool. King, we just saw you race, Mike. Yeah, Mike was number 13 for the Nora Cup.
That would have been his first year pro, right?
Let's see. We just watched the Grands in '87.
Yeah, he was still amateur.
Yeah, Eric Roop was. Did you ever race Eric Roop?
I did. I actually grew up. Eric, at one point, lived 5 minutes from me, so I actually got to do gate starts at his house.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, Kevin, I'm going down the list of the Nora Cup riders, and I'm just asking Shane, did you race him? Yeah, we're down. Yeah, we're down to number 15, and okay. Billy Griggs. Yeah, Billy Griggs was 15th on the list. Did you ever race Billy?
I did.
Billy's fast, huh?
The cover that I got. He's
yeah.
behind me on that.
Whoa, dude! Billy Griggs is one of my favorite amateurs growing up too.
Oh, a story about Billy and me.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't remember this. The very first Grands I ever went to, '84.
Yeah.
Was on and we were in the same moto.
Yeah.
So we were equal on the gate. And then I saw him at the finish line. Hey, Billy, great race. I was so overwhelmed at that race. But,
wow.
Yeah, he was talking fast. That guy was like, and him on a cruiser.
Yeah. He still races cruisers.
Yeah, and his style, I wish I had his style. It just
his style's nuts. He would just throw tabletops in the middle of a race, you know. How about no, I know you raced Gary Ellis because I saw that center spread of you racing Gary Ellis.
That guy was like him in Texas.
Yeah.
Big guys. Really.
Yeah, he was tall. Yeah, he was really tall.
They were men.
Anything else, gentlemen? That's it. I ran out of topics. Did you guys have anything else?
No, dude. We set a new record tonight, dude. 2
hours again. I tried to tell Kevin, let's keep it an hour and a half.
Why you take so long, dude?
Yeah, I like talking to Shane, so it's like we're just buddies talking.
Oh,
so.
Man, this has been awesome, dude. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
I hope people enjoyed as much as we did. Thank you very much. And I guess we can say goodbye with Shane here, right? For time.
Yeah, Shane.
All right,
Danny,
guys.
what do you do? What do you want to plug, Danny? What do you do with us? Me.
Oh, well, I'm on YouTube, as you guys probably know by now. Danny Pena, BMX Racing. I do magazine reviews, race reviews, all BMX content all the time. Please like and share. That's all I got.
And I want to say one thing about Danny's stuff. It's professional, thought out opinions based on fact. Nothing like me. So I want you to go over there and check out his channel.
And I also want to chime in that his excitement and just pure joy of watching the videos and going through the magazines, that's what to watching your stuff. So
I have a lot of fun watching it, man.
Okay, everybody, thank you for coming by. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for everything, for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go to bmxpodcast.com, like, share, subscribe. And Danny, would you like to say goodbye?
Yeah, I'd like to say I would love for El Pollo Loco to start sponsoring the channel so I get some free food because I'm about to go there right now.
All right, everybody. Until next week, riders, the track is closed.
Track's closed. See you guys later, man.